Hi, welcome to Anne-Marie's Workshop. My name is Anne-Marie and I love to make things with joy. And this is day 6 of the hashtag So Reversible 2023 challenge. If you're having a good time, please like, subscribe, and share. I have a lot more people watching this than our subscribers. So go ahead and press that button so I can come up with some more stuff. First things first, I want to thank you for stopping by. And for those of you who have taken on the reverse challenge, thank you so much for giving it a shot. I hope you're enjoying it and I hope you're seeing things in a whole different light. Well, today is my anatomy of a sew of one of my favorite patterns of all time, and that's the Ogden cami. Now, I really should have approached True Bias for a sponsorship on this challenge because I cannot tell you how many Ogden camis I've made. I've made them as camisoles. I've made them as dresses. I've made them as jumpsuits. I like myself an Ogden cami. So, because I live in such a hot temperature, I'm really getting into sleeveless. I don't know about you, but I wasn't always a sleeveless person. It wasn't really necessary. I was living in Houston, air conditioning for days. So I would have to put on a jacket or something. But since I've been here, don't say global warming. I'm all about that sleeveless number. All right, so I acquired my PDF copy of the Ogden cami by True Bias Pattern Company. And since then, I have made this many walls of them because, like I said, I've done it as a shirt, a dress, a jumpsuit. So I've made full use of them. Now, what I have found for myself, not for necessarily for other people, is that actually 2 back pieces of the Ogden cami work better for me than the front and the back. It is a very simple pattern. It has a front, it has a back, and it has some shoulder straps, and it has a facing. But we're not going to be using the facings today because we are making our Ogden cami reversible. Now, as in the anatomy of the show, I cut out my pieces. This is my back piece, and this is my wall that I used for that, and this is my front piece with the dart put in for my size. Okay, so I suggest that you do that. And then it's a very simple pattern. You put the darts in place, you sew up the sides and the top, and then you slide the band that's on the shoulder, almost like this, inside, and you're done if you're making the reversible. If not, there's a significant facing that comes halfway down the camisole, and it's really anchoring. And I have done it where I put an elastic underneath as a kind of a pseudo bralette inside of the camisole, but that's not what we're talking about today. So let me show you my reversible camisole. So this is my Ogden cami. If you notice, it's following a theme. This beautiful Ankara fabric on the front and a solid black camisole on the back. Now, I'm not scared of having a print on one side and a print on the other side, but I thought that this would really serve me because I can wear the black with a black skirt, black pants, white linen pants, khaki, all sorts of things. And then, believe it or not, this vibrant side lends itself to so many options. Jeans, white, black, purple, red, every color that's in here. So don't be afraid of large prints and bright colors because you can match them with things. You can tone them down with a cover up. You can have a little a jacket, a little thing over there so there's just a pop of color, or you can just go all out. Now, as I said, this is a very simple pattern. There's the front with the darts. There's the back without darts. and there's simple straps that are inserted on the inside. So let me show you inside this Ogden cami on how to make it reversible with no problems at all. All right, so first of all, you stitch your Ogden camis together, except for when you get to the strap. Now the strap is going to be a little different because normally what you would do is sew the strap. Let me get the pattern piece. Normally you would, this is the strap, so normally you would sew the strap along the seam, turn it flat. Let's see if I can show it to you. And that would make your strap. But because you're going to have two different colors, you're going to have to reverse engineer this and end up, you're going to probably take 1/8 off of each side, then stitch your regular seam allowances, and you'll end up with this size that fits inside of this space. Now, I will include the card for my hack on how to make these bands so that they don't roll. It just involves a length of stitch witchery when you sew them together. So inside here is a length of stitch witchery that when I press it in place, this does not roll back and forth. Now, you also have the option, if you don't have access to stitch witchery, you can also, on the solid side, I could have understitched this right here, and it would help it keep from rolling back and forth, and you can keep your reversibility intact. All right, so those are the straps. All right, so now another trick that I use often, after I've sewed the whole Ogden cami together and I have two separate pieces, I'm also going to go along the neck edge with the same stitch witchery trick. All right, if you feel uncomfortable handling the stitch witchery at the same time as you're handling the seam sewing, then stitch the seam first and then come back with the stitch witchery. Now, I'm so sorry to make the presumption that everybody knows what stitch witchery it is. It is a fusible web that is about 1 inch wide or smaller. You can buy these at most of your local fabric stores. You can buy it online, and it comes in rolls. I've used a lot of mine, and so that's what I'm talking about. So this is inside of my seam allowances. So it makes a very nice crisp edge right here. You can see there's not much rollover. It's not always perfect, but you'll get the hang of it. And also, if you iron it in place after you've done your trimming and pressing, you do your pressing then. If it's not quite right, you can pull it apart. The stitch witchery will give, unless it's a knit, it will give, and you can try to roll it into place again. Just be very patient, go very slow, and press around your edge, and you'll be rewarded with a nice knife edge like this. Now, another trick that I like to use on the Ogden cami, I like to enclose the edge of the Ogden cami. If I'm doing a solid and a print, I like to make sure that I use the same color bias tape as the solid. So that allows, if the wind is fluttering or if you turn certain ways, nobody can really tell that you have different color underneath, because it gives you enough of allowance to show. But when I model it, you'll see that you don't even see that other piece underneath. And because now this is black, if you're wearing the other side and the wind blows, it takes quite a bit for the red to show. All right, everyone, so that's it. You end up with two wonderful garments. At the very end of this video, I'll show you different ways I've worn it, and it's a great staple to have inside of your suitcase, especially when you're traveling or when you're going places where you just don't want to take a bunch of things. Now, also, there's also a caveat. If it doesn't work for you, if you don't like it, pull it apart. Now you have two Ogden camis. All you have to do is make the facings, and you can try it again. You'll have to make two new straps, but you can start it all over again. Now, folks, I'll have to show you. I cannot tell you how many Ogden camis I have made. The reason I love the Ogden cami is it gives me a wide enough strap to cover my bra. It comes up high enough under my arm so that, especially with a double-sided, sometimes I don't have to wear that much support. And it fits nice. It bells out over my clothes. It's very comfortable. It's very cool. It fits in place. You don't feel like you're rolling around it. It's just a great design. So that is my anatomy of a sew. I hope you give them a shot. You can buy their pattern in paper as well as PDF for those of you who don't like to put things together, but it's not that big a pattern to put together, and it does a lot of uses. I will try and insert all the ways I have made this Ogden, ending with the reversible one. I hope you're having a good time. All right, keep making with joy, and we'll see you tomorrow.